Good day, everyone. I'm Laura Dorsey, and I'm with the Infinite Scholars Program. Infinite Scholars has one mission only, and that's to help qualified students be able to go to college. Okay, and we do this in a variety of ways, but one of our major ones is that we host scholarship fairs. We host scholarship fairs in 27 cities across the United States. Typically, at our college fairs, we have between 50 and 100 college and university partners attending each one of the college fairs. So today I have one of our premier partners in colleges here to be able to give you a private overall invitation. Okay, Thiel College, okay, is a private liberal college, liberal arts college located in Greenville, Pennsylvania. Okay, it's affiliated with the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, and is one of the smallest colleges or university in the region with only about 100 students. Now, small college, this is exactly what some of our families are looking for. So to give you more information about that, Morgan Steiner is here from Thiel College to be able to give you an overview of the college and an overview of their scholarship program. Morgan, thank you very much for taking your time today.
No problem, and thank you very much, Dr. Dorsey. Hi, everybody. My name is Morgan Steiner. I am one of our assistant directors of admissions here in the admissions office here at Thiel College, as Dr. Dorsey mentioned, in Greenville, Pennsylvania. I am so happy to have you guys here with me today, and thank you very much for joining us. So as we kind of get started here, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see my PowerPoint here for the day. Alrighty, so on behalf of the Office of Admissions here at Thiel College, welcome and thank you very much for joining us. A few quick facts here about Thiel College as we get started. We are a little over 150 years old. We were founded in 1866. So as you walk around campus, you see a variety of different things for buildings that were built in 30 some years ago, or some that was just built 2 years ago. So as you go through campus. As Dr. Dorsey mentioned, we do have an affiliation with the ELCA. So that means we have a chapel on campus. We have a campus pastor on campus as well too. Our mascot is Tommy the Tomcat. You should be able to see him over here. He is one of the only, we are one of the only college or universities that has a Tomcat as a mascot in all of the states. So he's very unique there. So I definitely welcome you back to visit campus so that you get to meet Tommy and have a picture with Tommy yourself. We are a small institution. I have about 800 students currently enrolled. So that means your professors get to know you, you get to know them. We get to help you through this whole process very closely. Our average class size is 14 students. Our classes are capped at 25. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. And we are a liberal arts institution. So that means you take classes in different things throughout your time here at Thiel, not just specifically as you go through specifically courses to your major. But we always tie them back for sure. So here at Thiel College, we are a family. That is our goal. Our faculty, our staff, our coaches, we're all here in order to help you through. College can be a very interesting and trying time for students. So we help them in the classroom as well as out. If you need to have a tutor, tutoring is offered to all of our students free of charge. Whether it's group settings or individual settings, those can be things such as the study tables there, or academic coaches who help you learn how to study, because not everybody has to do that in high school. I know I was not one of them, that I didn't really study very well, and I still received A's and B's, but college was a little bit of a rude awakening as we came through. So anything that we can do to help you with those study tips and tricks. Our professors have office hours as they go through each week, that they are sitting in their office waiting for our students to come and ask questions. So you have the opportunity to talk directly to your professor, not anybody else, not a graduate assistant or just somebody else from the course. You're able to go directly to the person who is teaching that to you. We also have work study programs. So students are able to have jobs on campus. One of the biggest things is finances, right? Infinite Scholars, having those scholarships. Every single one of our departments has at least one student worker. Here in our admissions office, we have 40. So plenty of opportunities to get a job to help afford college as you go through. We have made some adjustments as we've gone through the years to campus with our facilities. As I mentioned, we are a little over 150 years old. So we have put over $40 million back into campus. May that be renovating the classrooms or renovating the dorm rooms, things on those lines, everything to a coat of paint to putting up new facilities. The building that you can see in this picture and that I'm sitting in right now is our James Pettis Communication Center, a brand new building a couple years ago with a full TV station, radio station, whole 9 yards as it comes through for our students to utilize. We also have a brand new science connector with new biology, chemistry, microscope labs as we go through all of that, brand new study spaces as well. And even too, I don't have it on the screen here, but we have a brand new track and field opened a few years ago as well too. So for our athletes out there, having the ability to have another space on campus to utilize. So for studying purposes and what you're thinking of majoring in, as you go through, we have over 60 majors and minors. We have everything from your neuroscience and biologies and chemistry, psychology. We have everything there from the cognitive and the social side and the criminal justice, communications. If you want to go be a TV broadcaster, we can help you with all of that. Our education students are absolutely fabulous. We're at 100% job placement the last 3 years for our education students. Business, we have more than 10 areas of focus, including sports management and accounting as well too. So we have added a few majors to our list here, and you can see those here: data analytics, sports management, exercise science, health systems, public policy, environmental safety management, which is amazing, especially with how the world is right now. That major is in extreme high demand. And then nursing is on its way. We're figuring out a few little minor logistical things to get that nursing program running. Also too, in the last few months that we've added for our graduate program. You'll see here speech pathology is our very, very, very first master's program for us to have here on Thiel's campus. We are so excited that that got launched here about a month ago. I'm really excited about this MBA program. Being a Thiel College graduate of the year 2016 with a triple major in business administration, marketing, and management, I am now starting back with my master's program here in July. So I'm really excited about this program. And then physician assistant is on its way. We're going through the last steps of having that program here on campus. Students are able to come in from any institution for these programs. They're able to come after they've graduated from Thiel and apply at that point in their senior year. Or we even have 5-year programs through these that you can go right in and start taking master courses in your senior year of your undergraduate to keep in your 4 years at Thiel to start with that master's program. And I should say too, all of these are 1-year programs, 1-year master programs. So that is huge as you go through with looking on the master side of things. Now, granted, for you guys, this might be a little bit out of range in a few years down the road, but definitely something to think about as you guys are going through your college search of having those opportunities after you graduate. So on the academic side, in the classroom here, 70% of our classes contain 20 students or less. So like I said before, you're really getting to know your professors and they get to know you. So whenever you go to the cafeteria for lunch and you skip your 8 a.m. class, like I did that one day, and your professor catches you down there, they're gonna say, hey, where were you? What were you doing? And you're gonna go, oh, I slept through my alarm. I'm sorry. What did I miss? Right? Those types of things. We're able to help and support you through all of that. Like I mentioned too, free tutoring for everybody, but also to research for everybody. That's a huge thing, especially for our science kids. All of our students are able to do research when you want on what you want. It's not this is what the professor wants to do. You apply for it. Out of 500 students, the 5 people that they pick are the only ones that get to do research. Everybody does. So that's a huge thing for us. Also too, we do have our Dietrich Honors Institute, or DHI for short, as you'll hear it called on campus. It's our honors program or our honors college. And you see here, just about a quarter of our students are involved in our honors program. And that also comes with some more scholarship as well too. Out of the classroom, we really want our students to be able to get their hands dirty and have that hands-on experience in the classroom and out, so you can truly figure out what it is that you want to do whenever it's time for you to graduate from Thiel. So 100% of our students are having internships while they're a student at Thiel. These can be on campus, off campus, throughout the summer, throughout the school year. It's totally up to you. But these can happen as early as second semester. And really, we really want our students to have 3 to 4 by the time they leave us. So one, they really know exactly what they want to do whenever they leave us, but also two, that they're able to build their resume as you go through your time here at Thiel. Also too, studying abroad. We have students in many different study abroad opportunities. They do everything from something over the semester or a 1-week trip to Greece with a bunch of other students. A few years ago we did that. Or even too, you could take for class credit and go for the whole summer or something. That's totally up to you, and there are many scholarships to help you with that as well too, that we can provide you with. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on for out of the classroom is getting our students ready for the job in the workforce that they're looking to go into. As you can see here, we're at 95% job placement. That is a job in the field or in graduate school. We look at those things because that's doing exactly what you want to be doing, but also too, 6 months after graduation, because should you have to take out a loan to pay for school, then you're able to have that job to make that payment as you go through. And then you can see here too, I already mentioned education as we were talking about majors, but accounting is also at 100% job placement for the past 6 years. So they might not be our most populated majors, but they're definitely some of our mightiest. Here, as we start talking about a little bit out of the classroom of what the daily life looks like, students are guaranteed housing on campus as long as they're students here. We have 3 dorms for our first year students, 2 upperclassmen dorms, 20 townhouses, 3 apartment buildings, as well as theme housing for our Greek life on campus. Majority of our students do live here with us because of having guaranteed housing on campus, but we do still have some students that are from the area locally and still commute back home from mom and dad's. We have many different leadership opportunities and opportunities to help build that resume outside of the classroom as well too. One of the biggest, more popular ones is on the athletic side of things here. We are part of the President's Athletic Conference, PAC or PAC is what you'll hear it referred to as you go through and do some research there. We are a Division III sport. So unfortunately, I am unable to award students athletic scholarships, but we have many other scholarships as we go through for merit as well. So we have everything from basketball, cheerleading, football, wrestling, lacrosse, volleyball, track and field, all kinds of different things for our students to be involved in. And then we have over 60 clubs and organizations. Our student government organization, they do a wonderful job at having activities on campus for things for you to do in the whether it's outside on the quad or in the dorm room doing different things. Throughout the COVID fun that we've been having here lately, we have actually had different games through Twitch that students can log on and win gift cards and all that fun stuff as well too. Our Student Government Association as well as our Student Activities Director, they've done a fabulous job with that, with us being at home. As well as we have 4 fraternities as well as 4 sororities on campus for Greek life. So really, what's the biggest thing for you to do next, right? That's the big thing, not just finding out about the colleges and universities that are opportunities for you, but figuring out what exactly is our next steps. So now, since you joined me today, our application will be opening up here on July 1st. So I would love to see your application come through. Then I will need your high school transcripts in order to get you a college decision. We are now test optional, so that means I do not need your SATs or ACTs in order to get you a college decision, but I would highly recommend that you still take them. Some colleges and universities might still need them as you go through for scholarships. Our scholarships right now are solely based off GPA. They run from $11,500 a year to $21,500 a year based on your GPA. We also have scholarships for our performing arts programs, our diverse students, as well as our honors program. So many different opportunities there, just to name a few for that. Also too, then you start finding then where you belong. We get you a financial aid package as we go through all of this. We have you visit campus as we go through to truly see if you belong at Thiel and if Thiel is the right fit for you. which we truly hope so as we go through. And if you have any questions or anything in regards to any of that, let us know, as your admissions counselors will be able to help you through. So one of the big things here is definitely follow us on social media. We have all our different activities that we do and things to help keep you on track as you're going through your college search. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, all kinds of different things there. So definitely follow us and see all the fun things that we do on campus as well as off. Alrighty, but does anybody have any questions?
Okay, that would be me then. That we're going to have some follow-up questions for you. So, Morgan, a couple of things that I wanted to make sure that I took a look at, what we were taking a look at when we're looking at the scholarships, because a lot of our students and our parents are having those type of questions. What is the basic minimum GPA that you need for acceptance at Thiel College?
I do not have one. We
Okay.
look at our students holistically. That's one of our biggest things, is we look at the full application. We look at our letters of recommendations and essays. Even though they're not required, we definitely take a hard look at all of those. Typically, our average GPA right now is about a 3.3. But we have students the whole way across the board. We have your 4.6 students. We have, your 2.2 students as we go through. That's really one of the big things is we're a very diverse campus, and just about every term of the definition that you can think, whether it's in the classroom, out of the classroom, whatever it may be, so that our students are able to get that well-rounded education.
Okay, that's perfect. Now, is there anywhere, I know we looked at how to be able to get in touch with you all at Thiel College. Is there anywhere that are on your website, the different scholarships that are offered? I noticed that you said they're not ones for sports, but is there anywhere so that we could go out on the website and say, hey, here are the scholarships that are actually offered and what the requirements are for each one of those scholarships? Is that information actually out there on the website?
It should be, and if it is not, please let me know and I can get you that information as we go through. But really, our merit scholarships, they're solely based on GPA. So students right now that just graduated here this year, coming in for incoming class of 2021, or I'm sorry, of 2020, that just graduated here, with a 2.0 to 2.5 are receiving $11,500, and then like our 3.5 and up students are receiving the 21.5. So there's everywhere in between and amongst there as well too, but we typically really just go off of that GPA.
The scholarships that are offered, are the scholarships that are offered for all 4 years, or based on students maintaining the GPA, or do they have to at some point apply for different scholarships each year?
No, those scholarships coming from us, our merit scholarships, those are per year. That's $21,500 per year, as long as they maintain full-time student status and good academic standing here with us, that they're a student with us. Our goal is to try to make college as affordable as possible for our students.
Okay, let's talk about college and affordability. One of the things that I noticed that in your presentation, we talked about internships, okay? And I'm a firm believer of internships, and that is a way that students could actually graduate without necessarily having full-time debt. And it also gives students an idea of trying to work in the career field that they're in. So when we talk about internships, do you have an idea? Is there a list of some of the different companies that offer internships within Thiel College?
Of course. Probably the biggest one to start is us ourselves. We have student interns that work in our office, in the admissions office, or marketing, those types of things as well. So students can get internships right here on campus, but also too here locally in town, we partner with different places like UPMC for our students interested in going into the medical field. We have, for our neuroscience students, we have the Greenville Neuromodulation Center, so they're able to really get that hands-on experience right here in town. But even too, in the big world, as you go out, we have students that are going out and working for very big companies as they go through. We have students that have done internships with Pittsburgh Steelers, with us not being very far from Pittsburgh. So all kinds of different things as we go through, for sure. We even have some students that they're going on, then their internships have led them into certain graduate programs as we go through. We had a student graduate this year. He's going to Duke next year.
All right, perfect. Let's talk about job placement in graduate programs. One of the biggest things that, students are going to college, and I guess as a peer, you would want to know that when my student graduates from college, that there's we know what the job opportunities. Can you tell me, based on Thiel College, exactly what corporations that you have, that you work with for job placement of the students upon graduation?
Yeah, so we ourselves, we have a full office dedicated to helping our students obtain a job, and even in those internships as they go through, and to be competitive as we go through for all of that. So our Career and Development Center, they do everything from mock interviews to resume building and creating that resume, but also to making those connections. So we have different connections that we have locally or that the school has themselves, but also too, we really kind of tone into our alumni base. We have alumni all across the world. We have an alumni at least in every single one of the 50 states. So internships going, as I mentioned, from different professional sports teams, or, working here with a Pittsburgh station, KDKA or WFMJ here in Youngstown, Ohio, the news stations there, just to kind of name a few quick ones off the top of my head there, to kind of for big name purposes for you, if you will. But then there's also too, the smaller factories and such for business students as we go through as well too. We have students doing internships and having jobs then all over the place. Graduate school as well too. Many of our students go on to LECOM, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, to finish out their doctorate degrees. As I mentioned, we have Brett, who's going to Duke this year. We've had students go to the Divinity School of Harvard to finish out there. So we have students going all over the place to some pretty impressive places.
Okay, perfect. A couple of questions. And I don't remember if it was in the presentation, so you could reiterate it to me again. Can you tell me your average cost of attendance, and whether you have in-state attendance and out-state attendance, or whether or not you have waivers for out-of-state attendance?
Yeah, so with us being a private institution, we only have one cost to attend for anybody, whether it's in-state or out-of-state. Our total cost to attend Thiel right now is about $47,000 a year. That includes everything from the student's education to their guaranteed housing on campus as long as they're a student, one price for meal plan. That is a laptop that's fully loaded with everything that they need for classes, all their printing, ink, paper, and technology support for that. That's their laundry, parking on campus, all of that fun stuff. Basically, what it doesn't include is transportation to and from campus, as well as books, because there's just too many different variables for each student for those two things. So we do not include those, but anything that we can provide in that 47 we do. And that's where those scholarships come into play, and those scholarships come off of that 47, as well as FAFSA information.
Okay, all right, perfect. When we talked about GPA scores of the students that were there. The students that are receiving these scholarships obviously have to maintain these GPAs. Do you actually also accept transfer students who may have had a 2-year degree from somewhere else and can be transferred into Thiel College?
Of course we do. Any student, transferring or incoming just out of high school, we're more than welcome to apply. We love to have everybody.
Okay. You talked a little bit about your the student housing on campus. So I saw the townhouses and the apartments, and I'm like, where were you when I was going to school in a raggedy dorm or whatever? Can you tell me a little bit about what that student housing looked like, and like how parents should be, very, excited about, what you have to offer for student housing?
Yeah, so in the dormitories, it's 2 beds, 2 desks, 2 dressers, 2 closets. We have 2 students per room. So it's your typical dorm room in that sense. But that's where we do have the big residential areas and community rooms in those areas, in those dorm buildings, that we have big projector screens with surround sound and the inside basketball hoops, and pool tables and stuff like that for our students to kind of congregate and have some fun while they're in the dorms. In the townhouses, you can fit 5 people in those. There's 2 full bathrooms in there, and 3 students even get their own room. So it makes it nice for the townhouses there, apartments. They're everything from the studio apartments to having 3 people in the apartment there. So it makes it nice to have a variety of different options for the students to live in, that they're not just in a dorm, you know, that type of a thing. That's one of our big things for our students, to have that option.
Okay. Morgan, a couple of other questions. Take a look at the admissions rate at some colleges based on student attendance or whatever. Can you tell me what percentage of the students who actually apply for admission are actually accepted?
I'm not 110% sure that this is our most updated number, but I'd say we're around the 60 to 70%.
Okay, all right, then that's perfect. Um, we talked about you talked about tutoring for everyone and for every and the students can they get tutoring just from the very beginning? Yeah, I mean they don't have to wait for the second semester. You know, for the first year student, you know maybe that they might be struggling with that whole transition to college thing. Is tutoring available right away?
Of course. So, you know, just for instance, for me, math was not my thing whatsoever. You know, so I knew I was going to struggle with that. So the first day of class, you know, go to class, get your syllabus, meet your professor, all that fun stuff. Next place I went was right to the Learning Commons to get that tutor. I had a then one-on-one tutor as we went through. As I got through my accounting course, it was like, okay, maybe this is a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be. So, you know, going to those group study sessions as well, too, whenever I pleased as I went through the semester. So it totally just depends on what the student wants and what the student needs. They can get it whenever they need it.
Morgan, we're talking about the students. I looked at your student to faculty ratio and where that was, and just, you know, it's just a fantastic, you know, area that the students are getting their support directly, exactly from their faculty members. But is there an academic support area somewhere, you know, again, sometimes that transition to college is difficult for students or whatever. Is there somebody there to say, you know, hey, listen, you looks like you're struggling, maybe not from a particular teacher, but just from an overall perspective, to be able to help students be able to navigate that whole socialization?
Of course, that's
You
where
know,
we have we assign each student an academic advisor. This is the person to help them through that first semester, whether it's in the classroom or just adjusting to campus, those types of things. That's one of the big first introductions that we have. And also, in addition to the academic advisor, we have a peer mentor that is assigned to maybe 10 students in our first year class coming in. And they go through everything, you know, and they're a support system for them then outside of the classroom a little bit more as well too. Even if it's just, hey, I'm lost in the middle of the academic center, I don't know where my class is, help me, you know, those types of things. That's what the peer mentor is for as we go through with all of that fun stuff. So there's also residence assistants to help in the dormitories, you know, should there be a roommate situation that things just aren't meshing, you know, they're able to help. We also do have one full-time counselor on campus and one part-time counselor on campus that, you know, should a student just need to talk about life in general or something happens at home or anything like that, they're able to make an appointment with them and go meet with Melanie or Jody and just to kind of talk things out.
Okay. We know for a lot of our parents and a lot of our students, obviously cost is an issue too, which is one of the reasons that we're doing this. As just like they're assigned a academic counselor, is each student assigned a financial aid counselor too to help the parents, the students and the parents themselves navigate through the whole financial process?
Not specifically assigned, but that's where our financial aid office is able to help as you go through. But as your first year coming through, and the first time for sometimes a lot of these families that they're doing it, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you through not just through the admissions process and to get a college decision from us, but I work with our students all the way up until move-in. So I do the admissions process, completing the FAFSA, reading your financial aid package and everything that goes along with making the college decision as a whole. And then whenever a student chooses to attend Thiel, I go through everything of completing the forms and how does move-in gonna work and all that other fun stuff. We just make it so that our admissions office is a one-stop shop for our incoming students.
Okay, perfect. You know, we talked about internships and graduation rates. Um, and I couldn't remember whether in the presentation, do the students have the opportunity to study abroad? I know for a lot of students, they were looking at that expands. Okay. And can you tell me a couple of different areas of where they have been able to go to study abroad?
Of course, yeah. So study abroad is definitely an opportunity for our students. We even have some scholarships in different ways to help them afford it as well too. Some students take it for class credit, some students don't. Some students will go throughout the full summer or for a couple months over the summer. Some will go for spring break, some will go over Christmas, you know, whatever it may be as they go through everything. It totally depends on the student and how they want to do it. Some of our students have gone to Australia and lived right on the ocean and did the whole conservation biology thing with working with the environment there. We've had students go to Germany and Greece and France and Nicaragua was a fun one that we had a few students do over spring break a few years ago. So there's all kinds of different opportunities, many different scholarship opportunities to help students get through it.
Morgan, the school is in a rural area, so is there a lot of different activities for the students to be able to do in the general community? Is the community, you know, heavily involved in the school? How does that work for students?
As a community here, Greenville is in a very small rural town, as you mentioned. So right here in town, you have all of your fast food options, your Taco Bell, and your Chinese buffet is one of my favorites. As you go through, you have all of that, and as well as you know, the mom and pop restaurants and shops as well too here in town. But even not too far away, they just with everything that's been going on in the world, they opened up the drive-in again. So I am so excited on that one. They're having
Wow.
different bands and stuff that you come in and have the whole drive-in area for all of that. There's movie theaters down the street. There's a big outlet mall not too far from us whatsoever that students I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that they go there all the time. You know, if I'm sure if you ask their bank account, it's a bad thing as they go through. But it's a really nice place for students to go and get everything that they need for classes and just life in general.
Okay, perfect. Morgan, I remembered in the presentation that you said that July 1st was the day that we were starting to accept applications. Is there a deadline or do you have rolling admissions for
Yeah,
as far as applications for
Yeah, we're rolling admissions. So application will open up here on July 1st. I just need the students' transcripts to get a decision, and there is no application fee either.
Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, I think that includes like a lot of the basic questions that I would have, and I'm sure that your website has more information for the students and parents that are looking for. So, is there like one closing thing that you want to say about Thiel College that our parents and our students should know? And do you want to provide the information again where they could access the information?
Of course. So by all means, look us up, you know, find the website there, come and visit us on campus. For any questions or to schedule any of those visits and to find our application, you just go to Thiel, thiel.edu, and all of it will be right there on the homepage. Right at the top of the page, it has a couple of nice little links there to visit, apply, you know, all of those sorts of different things there. Also too, as you go onto the admissions tab, you will find all of my contact information. For any of you students that or families that have any questions as you go through this fun college search process, please by all means reach out, give me a call or shoot me a text. My number is 724-589-2838. My email is M as in Morgan, Steiner, Steiner at Thiel, thiel.edu. I would be more than happy to help you through the process or get you connected with a counselor that works specifically with students in your area as well too. But I mean, really the biggest thing is my job is to help you guys find the right fit for you, and we would love for it to be at Thiel. We would love to find your belonging and to find who you are and who you want to become as you go through your college search process as well as your college years. We would love to have you at Thiel.
All right, Morgan from Thiel College, thank you so much for all of the information that you provided. You know, our families, our students, and our parents We so look forward to the interaction with you, and thank you for being one of the premier supporters of Infinite Scholars and what we do to be able to help our students be able to attend college.
Of course, we love the Infinite Scholar program, so we love all of your students that come along with it. Thank you very much for allowing us today.